White opens with asterisk, looking you deep into the eyes, asterisk, let's do this. White opens with e4, the most common beginner roleplay move. This is the kind of typo that happens when you're typing one-handed while the other hand is doing you know what. He's developing his pieces early, but the setup is sloppy. Book move by this role player. Black responds with, I'm not sure if that's your opening line or if you're telling me that you're about to say your opening line, period. Black responds to the Karo Khan, immediately questioning White's opening instead of engaging with it. It's a mood killer and Black isn't too enthusiastic about the roleplay opening, good move. White continues developing with good asterisk, hold out my hand asterisk, ignoring everything and just holding out his hand. He said good like Black just agreed to the gambit, which she absolutely did not. He's committed to this roleplay regardless of whether it makes sense. Inaccuracy. His knight is hanging in the middle of the board looking incredibly stupid. Black asks, your hand is in a compromising position, period. Are you trying to take my hand or slap me in the face, period? Asterisk, question mark. Black is still trying to kill the mood and get out of this freaky roleplay scenario, which is incredibly understandable. I definitely regret getting forced into an incredibly gassy roleplay one time. Good move. White clarifies saying, take your tilde asterisk smiles asterisk. White is still working so hard to make this work, like a single mom with 3 jobs. He's also trying to act cute and harmless, but it has the exact opposite effect. Forced move. His position is defended, but barely. Black plays along. Okay, period. I take your hand, period. So where is it that we're going? Question mark. Black finally accepts the gambit and decides to play White's game by also role-playing. Oh boy, this might turn bad. Really, really bad. Forced move. White responds with the bedroom asterisk leads you to the back asterisk. White saw Black accepting the gambit and immediately got torqued and went all in on this gooner to offense. No fancy dinner or a cute romantic date like everyone does first, yes everyone, you and me, does this. Obvious inaccuracy. Black delivers with no, that's that's not the bedroom at all, period. That's a kitchen, period. Black blocks the attack by pointing out White is lost in his own made-up house. Excellent defense by Black, still ruining the roleplay even after accepting the gambit by derailing the bedroom scene. Solid, great move so far. White defends with our bedroom is through the kitchen, don't judge, I didn't make this place, asterisk, turns and looks at you, asterisk. White says the bedroom is through the kitchen like that's normal house design. Bro, you did make this up. It's your fantasy and it's designed like someone having a stroke. His position is falling apart. Blunder. Black continues with no, that's also a kitchen, period. Why do you have so many kitchens? Question mark. Black keeps throwing a wrench into White's fantasy, further ruining his goon fantasies. At this point, White should just resign and goon to my videos instead, fast and easy like all of you do. Excellent move by Black. White explains with, it's a guest kitchen asterisk, finally in the bedroom asterisk. White invents a guest kitchen, which is not a thing that exists in any reality. That's like having a spare butthole or a backup throat. Nobody has that. I wish they did. He's making up house features mid-game because his position is collapsing. He claims they finally reached the bedroom, but at this point, who even believes him? His queen has moved 4 times and accomplished absolutely nothing. Mistake. Black destroys him with, why are there other people here? Question mark. And is this a bunk bed? Question mark. Why? Oh my god, this is an IKEA. Why are you trying to proposition me in an IKEA? Question mark. Oh shit, Black just went nuclear with the most devastating pivot possible. She's not just questioning the house layout anymore, she's revealing the entire setting is fake. By calling it IKEA, she's completely reframing White's romantic bedroom as a furniture store with customers. This is a genius defensive maneuver that just doesn't block White's attack, it completely ruins White's roleplay by turning it into a joke. Instead of a fantasy, it's a well-deserved trophy move. White panics with, why are you ruining my plans, my roleplay? White's completely lost it. He's not defending his position anymore, just screaming about his plans being ruined. All caps is the Texas equivalent of throwing pieces at the wall. Horrible blunder by this crybaby. Black responds with, it's not my fault, you thought you lived in this IKEA, period. Black doubles down with the IKEA defense. She's not backing down from her IKEA claim, she's doubling down and making it much worse for him. This keeps White completely off balance with no way to recover his fantasy. Brilliant move and absolute cinema. White screams, just let me do my roleplay, PLZ. We aren't in IKEA when are in a very fancy condo in Portland. White tries to replay the entire match to Portland now, as if saying it 3 times makes it real. He's begging to do his roleplay while simultaneously trying to change the location Black already established. The typo when are instead of we are shows his brain is melting in real time. It's like being in a bad position and claiming you were actually throwing for content. Black's defensive strategy completely destroyed his confidence, a massive blunder for lashing out. Black finishes with, well, how was I supposed to know that? Question mark. Your condo looks Swedish and has the word IKEA written on every wall, period. Black's final move commits fully to her solid defense. She's even saying it's a condo, it still looks like IKEA. There's no escape for White, he can't rebuild his fantasy or save the mood. Black's defense of calling everything IKEA completely ruined his plans, and now she's rubbing it in. His position is destroyed not because he got outplayed romantically, but because Black refuses to play his game and instead turn it into a complete joke, and Black won by checkmate. Next, White opens with, I'm gonna lick. White doesn't specify what he's licking, a bold but unclear opening. It's like moving your queen to the center and screaming check before even seeing where the king is, but we already know what he wants to lick. Painful mistake of an opening. If you want to get licked by me, help me find images for these videos. The Discord link is in the description. Black counters with, what link, what crying face emoji. Black's confused. She's asking for clarification instead of just accepting whatever degenerate thing White was about to say. Smart defensive move. She should have just ignored him, but instead she accepted the match in a mistake. White clarifies with, your floor, kissing face emoji. White just said he's gonna lick her floor. Not her feet, not her neck, her floor. The kissing emoji made it worse since he's committed to this being romantic somehow. This is the Texas equivalent of sacrificing your queen for a pawn. A horrible blunder by this floor kisser. Black responds with, oh, heartbreak emoji. Black's devastated. She wanted him to say something freaky and romantic, but instead got offered floor cleaning services. A heartbreak emoji, so she's genuinely disappointed by this turn. Honestly, if it was me, I would have definitely said feet. Anyway, that was a forced move. White panics with, what did you want me to say, two men kissing emoji. White realizes he fumbled the bag and is now asking Black what he should have said. He's literally asking his opponent which move he should have made. The two men kissing emoji is completely random. I mean, not really, I use it all the time, but he's making a lot of blunders like an idiot. Black finishes with N, not thing, blushes and blinks comically large eyelashes slowly. The actual fuck. Black thinks she's some anime character and decided to roleplay as one after not getting the gooned out message she wanted. I'm not even going to rate this. Fine, I will. This match is a stalemate. Next, White starts us off with, the man grins as he would reach in his sweatpants and pull out his long, fat, veiny cock, period. Approaching behind the woman as he teasingly smacks her thick, bubbly ass a few times with his meaty rod, period. 3 M's, hey there, beautiful, period. Classic Gooner opening. Actually, a worse one since he was also role-playing and LARPing that he has a meaty rod, which I doubt. I saw it and it was microscopic. This is how you get blocked instantly and get 0 HUDs. Remember folks, Gooner openings never work. An outrageous move by White. Black responds with, she called the police, period. They were there within minutes, and when they saw his dick out, they immediately cuffed him and asked if she was okay. I'm okay, but he should be taken away for sexually assaulting me, period. He touched my butt a few times with it, period. They agreed to put him in the back of a patrol car and took him to jail, period. A few days later, they had the trial, and using video evidence from a security camera outside the business, he was charged with indecent exposure and sexual assault, period. Absolute cinema of a defense by Black. She just showed him a real-life simulation of what would happen if he pulled this off in real time. Excellent defense that always works. We'll turn that meat rod into a deflated worm. See, this is why the Gooner opening never works. The Huzz don't mess with it, and a brilliant move. Next, White opens with, do you want to date me? Question mark. White's trying the straightforward approach. It's a straight question, like he's asking if she wants fries with that. I do want fries with that, Mr. President. It's bold, but it's a really bad shot. Inaccuracy and will most likely fail. Black responds with no, period. Black's giving him the cleanest, most devastating rejection possible. One word, no explanation, and an excellent move. White continues, fine, period. I'll wait 100 years if I have to, period. White's trying to be romantic and persistent, but he just sounds like a crazy moron. Dude, she said no. Waiting 100 years doesn't make you dedicated. It makes you a gooner with some sort of weird lifespan. Already losing space on the board with this mistake. Black clarifies with, I'll be dead by then, ... Black's pointing out the obvious flaw in her plan. She'll be dead in 100 years because that's how humans work. He somehow won't be. She's ignoring the romantic exaggerations as her defense strategy. Good move, and it's working. White reveals his plan. Okay, asterisk. Prise open your casket, asterisk. You don't look too bad. Hold on. White just admitted he's gonna dig up her corpse. He heard I'll be dead and thought, perfect, she can't say no anymore. The fact that he said you don't look too bad about her decomposing body, well, at that point it's probably fully decomposed, means he's rating her corpse like he's on one of those pop the balloon YouTube videos. Absolutely unhinged blunder, and that's disgusting. White doubles down with asterisk, lifts you out carefully from the mahogany burial box, asterisk. You need a shower. He identified the casket material as mahogany, which means he's really thought about this scenario. Then he says her dead body needs a shower. This is looking more and more like a specific kink that I won't even dare mention. Another horrible blunder. White triples down with asterisk, bathes you asterisk, all clean now weird winking emoji. White's bathing a corpse he dug up and ended it with a winky face emoji like this is cute. Someone lock this freak up. This can't get worse, right? I don't want to read any more of this, I swear to God. Well-deserved triple blunder for this freaky-ass gooner. Black responds with GTFO, this is sick, period. Black's finally breaking character to tell White he's a disgusting freak. She's not playing along anymore, she's just telling him to get the fuck out. The roleplay is dead, unlike your corpse apparently. Mistake by not resigning at this point. A better move would have been to forfeit this match. White ends the game with, you need some milk to keep those bones healthy, asterisk. Unbuckles belt, asterisk. White heard this is sick and decided to make it worse. He's pretending the milk line is about calcium for her skeleton bones, but then he's unbuckling his belt, which implies, I'm not even going to say, everybody already knows what he means. Yes, me and you already know. Criminal move for this skeleton lover. If you want some free calcium juice, you should like and subscribe, maybe grab some merch, the link is in the description. Next, White opens with 12 wolf emojis, 11 chain emojis, 12 knife emojis, 9 black heart emojis, 9 devil face emojis, kitten, question mark, question mark, question mark. Why would you do this to me? Question mark, question mark. I thought we were 4 lifers, exclamation point, angry face emoji. We watched Skippity Toilet together, sang the song, drink grimace shakes together, etc. Exclamation point, 2 knife emojis. This is not funny, exclamation point, 3 devil face emojis, asterisk. Alpha scratches you and you die, asterisk. White opens with 53 emojis before he even starts talking. This would probably give the wrong person a seizure, then he accidentally kills her by scratching her. He murdered his own kitten in the first move. Catastrophic blunder, I will never hurt my kitten. White continues with, well wait, no kitten, exclamation point, I didn't mean to, exclamation point, wake up, exclamation point, please, exclamation point, no, exclamation point, my Ohio level 3 got 1, 2, buckle my shoe, light skin stare kitten, exclamation point, no, and then a bunch of zeros, exclamation point, I'm so sorry, exclamation point, wake up please, exclamation point, 5 chain emoji, 5 skull face emojis, 5 black heart emojis, 5 devil face emojis, and 5 knife emojis. White's trying to revive her by screaming random brain rot, which is a bit relatable. I keep calling my Discord boyfriend my friend Sigma just to make him forgive me. White finally finishes with I must go ... I hurt my kitten, the one I swore to protect no matter the cost, period. I'm so sorry, kitten, period. Daddy loves you, period. Black heart emoji. Jesus, White's doing a dramatic exit monologue after murdering his own roleplay partner by accident. He swore to protect her no matter the cost and killed her in one scratch because he's roleplaying as an alpha wolf who can't control his claws. He's calling himself daddy while his kitten is dead on the floor. It's kind of tragic and sad. I shed a white tear running down my leg, I can't lie. Black responds with, what the fuck? Black grabs her own reboot card just to ask what the fuck just happened. She can't even spell fuck correctly because her brain is trying to process the brain rot that just pounded her eyeballs. Black wins by default because her opponent eliminated both players and then resigned. Next, White opens with what? White's starting with a very bad opening that shows no offense or defense, just a wasted move and an accuracy by this total NPC. Black responds with sniffs you aggressively. Black's not answering his question, she's sniffing him. Not a gentle sniff, an aggressive one. Solid, good move. White responds, blushes. White's blushing from being sniffed like a dog treat, a fire hydrant. He's not questioning it, not backing away, just accepting that aggressive sniffing is part of this roleplay now. His position is weak, but he's committed. Mistake. Black continues, I have to reveal something, ... Black stuttering now, stuttering in a text message. She aggressively sniffed this man, and now she has something important to say. The setup is working, good move. White asks, what is it, ? White's matching her stuttering. They're both stammering at each other like two nervous crackheads. He's completely invested in whatever she's about to reveal. Forced move. Black drops a bomb with reveals that I'm 100 years old. Black just admitted she's a century old after the aggressive sniffing. This is either the setup for a vampire roleplay or she's just an old hag. White should be running, but let's see what happens. Good move and an interesting reveal. White responds with stares in disbelief. White's shocked, but he's still here. A normal person would leave after learning their aggressive sniffer is 100 years old, but White's just staring. His position is compromised, but he hasn't resigned. Inaccuracy. Black continues with starts twerking aggressively in front of you. Boom, boom, shakalaka. Hold on. The 100-year-old woman just started twerking aggressively and said boom, boom, shakalaka out loud. The grandma is choosing freakiness at every opportunity. Brilliant move. White responds with blushes even more. White's blushing harder now. The aggressive sniffing made him blush, but the geriatric twerking with sound effects made him blush even more. Bro's getting turned on by an old hag twerking. His standards are in the basement. Blunder. Black finishes with continues twerking aggressively, making the earth shake. Black's twerking is now causing earthquakes. She's not just twerking anymore, she's creating natural disasters with her 100-year-old ass. I can't lie, I would want to see this. Has anyone got a link? Great move from this old hag. White responds with stares in awe and blushes. White's in awe now. He's watching a century-year-old woman causing earthquakes by her twerking, and he's impressed. He's blushing, staring, and apparently bricked up by the twerking. He's not running from the earthquake. With this, Black resigns after making White bust. Next, White opens with WUU2 wanna talk dirty ? White starting with the classic bricked up at 1 a.m. opening. His opening is predictable and rushed. Inaccuracy. Black responds with sure period. I need to do more housework and I heard talking about your problems always helps. Black just pretended she misunderstood talk dirty as meaning to complain about dirty household chores. This is brilliant misdirection because White thinks he's about to get a freaky roleplay, but Black's setting up a completely different game. The trap is set and White has no idea. Excellent move and a really good defense. White responds with LOL, sweet, shall we do like a roleplay? White thinks he's back on track. He laughed it off with LOL and is now suggesting roleplay, probably thinking Black's gonna play along with his horny plans. He has no idea he's walking into a trap. His position looks fine, but it's actually trapped. Mistake, since he's too gooned out to see it. Black responds with sure, I'll start period. I walk to the cupboard and get the vacuum cleaner out period. It has multiple attachments, so I pick the one for wooden surfaces and twist it into place period. Black starts the roleplay by getting a vacuum cleaner. Not lingerie, not a sexy outfit, a vacuum with multiple attachments for different floor surfaces. This and the IKEA player earlier must be friends, and I'm incredibly turned on right now with this brilliant move. White responds with okay, as you twist it into place, I come behind you and ask if you need help, period. White's confused as hell. You can tell from the okay, but he's trying to save this by coming up behind her. He's still trying to make this sexual by positioning himself behind her while she's holding up a vacuum. He's committed to his horny agenda, even though Black's clearly not playing that game. I've played these games before. Inaccuracy. Black responds with, I say sure, that'd be awesome, ! I hand you over the vacuum cleaner and ask you to start with the lounge, period. Black just put White to work. She didn't get flustered by him coming behind her. She's completely in control here, and White's just following orders now. Great move. White responds saying, I say sure, and smile as I take it. I say, could you show me around the lounge, period. He's asking for a house tour now, probably thinking this is foreplay or something. Still open to turn sexual eventually. His position is losing heavy ground, but he hasn't figured it out yet with this mistake. Black responds with, I leave you to it, and head off into the kitchen to get on with loading the dishwashers. Black just abandoned him with the vacuum to go load the dishwasher. She's not showing him around, she's not staying near him, she's going to a different room to do more chores. Absolute cinema of a defense and a good move for Black. White responds, I ask you, could you get me a glass of water, period. As I look at your tits, period. White's getting desperate now. He's asking for water, which is reasonable, but then he adds, as I look at your tits, like that's going to save his position. He's trying to force sexuality back into this cleaning roleplay by staring at her chest. Diabolical blunder for this gooner. Black responds, I say sure and hand you a glass of water and ask you to give it back when you're done because I want you to make sure it gets put in the dishwasher too, period. Black completely ignored the tit staring comment and just handed him water. She's maintaining the cleaning roleplay with solid discipline. Excellent, great move. White responds saying, as I take the water, I spill it by purpose on your bra and say sorry and try dry it up, period. He deliberately spilled water on her bra. The classic, oops, let me help you get wet and then touch you. He's trying to force physical contact by creating a wet t-shirt situation. This must be his last-ditch effort to make this sexual, and it's about to blow up in the face catastrophically. Horrible blunder. Black responds, I tell you to get out of my house. I wanted a hand with housework, not someone who's going to make more of a mess, period. Once you've left, I put some loud music on and continue with the rest of my housework alone, singing at the top of my voice, period. Honestly, pretty valid. Black just kicked him out of her house entirely. She called him out for making more messes instead of helping clean, which was the whole point of this roleplay she established. Devastating counterattack that resulted in a checkmate. And hey, if you enjoyed the video, press the playlist that pops up and maybe I'll help you clean up your house.